Hey, Kat.
What's up, Erica?
Did you know that thunder only happens when it's raining? And also, players only love you when they're playing. Yes, see? Very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, losers. Welcome back. Music History on a High Note. It is I, Erica, and Catherine.
Cat.
Catherine.
Cat. Catalina.
Catherine.
You know what? They know.
I don't
You know.
think they... No, they know it's Catherine.
No, it's... You know what? Forget it.
Dude, this has been an ongoing battle since high school. Just like...
Right. That's like I used to call Erica. What did I used to call you?
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I used to call Erica the name is Baker.
Don't need to talk about that, bro.
Really?
No.
Catherine? Really?
I'm not Catherine, you're Catherine.
Yeah, I know. But it was... We should probably introduce this week's episode, though.
I'm sorry, a video started playing again, magically, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I think So, when we were trying to figure out why the headphones wouldn't connect, and she unplugged the headphones, a literal demon started speaking to us through the fucking computer.
Yeah, it was just a really loud shrieking.
And it was literally terrifying, and now...
It was feedback.
Okay, yeah, no, see... Now there have been videos playing randomly on my computer, and I'm like, and this was the second time too. I was like, I'm good. Cat's afraid of me bringing shit into her house, but she just brought shit into her house.
I brought nothing. I brought technology. Yeah, but if you guys hear anything like talking, any sounds, any shrieking, anything, first off, my family's visiting, so that's like a just in case you hear anything. And second off, we did have some technical difficulties, so you know,
in every single way possible. We driving the struggle bus today, baby.
Just to realize later on that it was just the volume. We couldn't hear ourselves because of the volume.
That was all on her, though. All right, so this is Cat drumroll. Part 2, Fleetwood Mac. The part where, okay, now everybody knows where we're going with this. This is where Stevie Nicks, the goddess herself. That is really loud out there.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just
ignore that, guys. We just had some Chick-fil-A.
Slightly homophobic chickens, thebomb.com. I just hate the fact that they're homophobic. It makes it so conflicting.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, so yes, no. Stevie Nicks, this is where this started, and actually, so I didn't get to watch all the documentaries I wanted to, and I did start reading one of Mick Fleetwood's autobiographies, but I watched this one documentary, and it's, I want to say it was on Amazon Prime Video, and it was the Sound City Studios one. Don't read my notes. You can't read these.
Erica doesn't like when I read her notes.
Yes, because it's supposed to be me telling you, not you reading the notes and then listening to me say it 10 seconds later.
No, I literally was paying attention to you.
I know she's gonna do it. That documentary, so I actually...
Sound City, it was Dave Grohl.
I feel like you need to do an episode on Sound City Studios.
Okay.
Because I learned a lot.
What is it on to watch it?
Amazon Prime Video.
I can figure that out.
Do you have it?
I think my uncle has it.
Well, that, or I can just give you my Amazon login.
Okay, that works too.
Yeah, cool. I was about to say, Danny has it now too.
Oh, heck yeah.
Now I can share the wealth. I'm usually the one who bums things. But because I have it with my Amazon Prime and I get a student discount, so I'm like, ooh. And I just found out I have Amazon Prime Video too. I was like, no way.
What?
And I actually want to get the Paramount Plus too, so I can watch the reboot of iCarly. I know.
Okay.
Apparently there's a student discount for that one too. Bitchin'! So, so Sound City Studios plays a big role in the whole forming of the Rumors lineup, like, iconic lineup of Fleetwood Mac. One thing I will tell you, so this studio, it was, like, junked. Like, it looked trash, all just a disaster. However, they had a one-in-a-kind, did I put what kind it was on there? No, I don't think so. So it was a one-of-a-kind soundboard that was made for them.
Okay.
And
for the studio?
Yes.
Okay.
And when I tell you that, it was, the Mac Daddy sounded like it had just the sound to it. It made, like, the best impression. And some of the most well-known and iconic albums of all different genres have been recorded there.
Wait, I'm sorry. Where is it located?
LA.
Okay. Go.
So, I don't believe they record there anymore.
Really?
So, the soundboard has been sold.
Somebody has it. It's somewhere. Who has it? Does he really?
In his own recording studio and records with it.
Is that the one? What is it called? What is the name of those called? The
Give me a second. I think I still have my notes up on it.
Because I know there's what is it, like you record digitally? Analog. Is it like analog?
No. Here, let me do a little.
Because I've seen videos of Dave Grohl where he does what is it? Tours, or like a tour of his like studio where the guys record.
Yeah.
And I think I saw him talking once about how like one of their albums, I can't remember which one, was recorded all on, is it analog? Is that the right word? If I'm saying the wrong thing, I do apologize.
So it was a Neve 8228.
Okay.
Which, like, even at that time, it was expensive as fuck. But this studio had this, and now it's in a Dave Grohl's recording studio.
That's so
and
cool.
He's recorded a fuck ton of different people.
So proud of that man.
So I think you not only need to watch a video, you need to do some research on this, man. I feel like you need to do this.
I think I need a Dave Grohl episode. And I'll cover like Foo Fighters. I'll cover Nirvana. I'll cover everything. I'll cover that man.
I bet. Yeah. I feel like that. Huh?
What?
Oh. Cat's being a dirty fucking birdie today.
Just kidding, guys.
She's not. That's like her. That's like her. What is my Brent Smith?
No.
Yes.
I have two of them. But the other one's a photographer. Ooh, who's your other one?
Well, I mean, that one's never going to happen.
Who is it?
Eminem.
Really?
I love Eminem. So, Brent is daddy number 1 and Eminem is daddy number 2. And I hope to God that they never hear this episode. So they don't hear me.
Oh my gosh. Brent's going to be like, you're cheating on me in your thoughts.
Well,
yeah, you are.
No more stuff's going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? But seriously, if you're hearing this, just marry me.
No, I have to say, the man that I would immediately... Ooh, Peter McKinnon.
Yeah, you've showed me him. So, back to this. So, right as Welch was about to announce his departure, Mick Fleetwood was like, I need to find a replacement. And fast. So, he flew over to LA to Sound City Studios. And, again, this was a smaller studio, looked trash, world-renowned. Like, that everybody knew who that studio... Everybody knew that studio.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's insane.
While he was there, he started talking to one of the house engineers, Keith Olsen, which I want to say he died beginning of last year.
Oh.
Or end of 2019.
Okay.
Because I remember, because it was literally as I was doing my research, I pulled up the article.
Oh, that's sad.
And it was literally from that day.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, that was. I was like, oh my god. But he played like a big role in all of this. So he was working with this couple. She was they had moved to California to do music. She was a server at a little diner, and like she was the singer. They both were actually singers, and he was the guitarist and all this. And they recorded this album that Keith Olsen actually ended up showing to Mick. He showed him the track off of it called Frozen Love. And Mick was like, I need that, man.
That's so neat.
But the Buckingham Nicks album completely tanked on release.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I mean, actually.
Oh, wow.
So there's some songs on that album on top of some of the rhythms to some of it that you hear on the self-titled album. You learn something new every day, huh?
Hell yeah.
It's crazy. I love the Buckingham Nicks album. I have 2 copies.
Do you really?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Justin got a copy of an original.
What's the song on it? Crying
in the Night.
Which, the whole album.
I want to say... so Stevie Nicks had that... what was it? That movie concert?
Yes.
Where you went so I went and saw that for my birthday.
Aww.
Yes. I think I saw it on my birthday.
Is it good?
I was in there crying. It was like, she's so precious and needs to be protected at all costs.
Oh, Stevie.
I mean,
That's
I can't say
cool.
I had a couple gushers. I mean, it was my birthday, so I deserve it.
Candy. You know.
Wink, wink. So, Mick went... So, okay. Coincidentally, that day he was there, Lindsey Buckingham just happened to be recording in the studio while he was there, by random chance.
Okay.
And this is during while Keith was showing him the track, and so they actually got to meet. And Mick was like, "Yo, I need this guy," but Lindsey was like, adamant, "Nope. We are a package deal. You take my girlfriend and you take me."
Damn.
His girlfriend was Stevie Nicks.
I know. Yay. That's so neat.
She's everything.
Oh,
I love her. I have a tattoo of her on my hip.
That's a cool tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool tattoo.
I need to actually, I want to see if Kelsey wants to do anything, like, add on to it.
I want to see it again.
What?
The tattoo. I forgot what it looks like. Well,
I'll show you right now. Middle podcast, why not?
that is so neat. Goldust woman. I even love the lettering.
Yeah, she did that when she was like, I want to say...
That's her hip, by the way, YouTube. Hip.
I think she was like 6 months into her apprenticeship.
Or thigh. What?
6 months into her apprenticeship.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She's a bad bitch. Her name is Kelsey, KELCIE.Spector. I'm just going to plug my girl because I love her so much and she does such beautiful art on me.
Oh,
Besides the point. So, Stevie had stage fright, but she literally had this voice that's just, If you don't, well, first off, if you've never listened to a Stevie Nicks song, or remember the dude thinking that Stevie Nicks was a guy, I still think about that often.
You get cultured.
Cultured, son. It just deeply upsets me. So, on New Year's Eve of 74, that's when they officially joined Fleetwood Mac.
74. Okay, hold on. So, this whole story began in what year with Fleetwood Mac? Like
67.
67, and we're in 74 now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, 7 years? Damn, 7 years, and Buckingham and Nicks are just now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Wild, right?
Yeah.
Like, nobody... So people amongst the vinyl community that I'm part of obviously know about Peter Green, Bob Welsh, and all them. But like mainstream, people only know like what, Dreams?
Yeah.
Actually, I have a fun fact about that in a little bit. So
Okay.
the duo joined like 4 weeks after Bob Welsh left. So like relatively quickly. So they got in the studio, and so it was... So you had the two couples in the group. You had McVie and McVie.
Okay.
You had Buckingham Nicks.
Okay.
And you had Mick Fleetwood.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the main people you see, like, now. Okay.
That's the Rumors lineup.
I want to kind of look this, like a picture of them, so I can kind of...
They're on the wall in there.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not in there right now. We're recording in a different room today, guys.
There's a lot of people in our house, and it kind of scares me.
I'm pretty sure you would scare them.
Yeah.
Alright, Fleetwood. Numbers. Rumors.
You literally just could have typed in Fleetwood Mac.
True. Okay, here we go. So, let's say these. So, this is...
Mick, Christine, John, Stevie, Lindsay.
That's crazy. That's so cool.
I know, right?
Oh, okay. Alright, let's keep going.
They get in the studio, they record the 10th studio album, which was another self-titled album. Their second one. I don't know why. But it was like the big breakthrough for the band. It reached #1 in the US. It sold 7 million, like more than 7 million copies.
Wow.
Wild. So a couple of the songs on that album, McVie wrote Say You Love Me and Over My Head, which when I worked at Beefs, they had the one station that played so often. And Say You Love Me would play all the time. It was a couple Fleetwood Mac songs. And then Stevie Nicks at one point, she had So on the album, Stevie Nicks' 2 songs, Rhiannon and Landslide,
Okay.
were added. I want to say, so she wrote Landslide when it was like a few years prior, during the time where they didn't know if they were going to make it successfully.
Okay.
And it was like one of those like soulful
Oh,
songs.
so that was more about that?
And then she also noted that Rhiannon was written about a book character that Stevie Nicks had come across while like reading.
Okay, so hold on, because I'm always interested in like the meaning of songs. So Landslide had to do with them not knowing if they're going to be successful?
Well, no, it was written during that time.
Oh, during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Rhiannon's about a book character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I never knew that. That's cool.
So, big success, wild, crazy. 1976 rolls around, and the McVies have actually divorced.
Oh, wow.
Buckingham and Nicks are no longer together.
Okay.
And at one point, because Mick Fleetwood he was still in the process of divorcing his wife because the one band member hooked up with his wife. Remember from the last time I told you?
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, but this was literally...
Sorry. Oh my gosh. That's right, I forgot.
And at one point, I guess, Nicks and Fleetwood had a, like, small, like, thing. Which, I mean, go you, boo. So, at this point, between 1976 and 77, there was so much of the relationship drama, and they literally all just wrote about it. They wrote songs about each other on Rumors. That was literally just them just...
Talking about each other?
Yes.
On the same album.
Yep.
That's freaking crazy.
One of my favorite memes is... What was it? Oh, it was said Taylor Swift writes songs about her ruined relationships, which, I mean, to be fair, But no, Stevie Nicks writes the songs about her exes and then makes them play them on stage.
I saw that meme.
That was... She just radiates goddess energy. Like, she is the highest of beings. I love her so much, obviously.
Damn.
So, also, Christine had an affair. Well, not an affair, she dated the lighting director at one point, and then he was fired. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. They really kept it in the band.
So, I guess when Nix and Fleetwood were having their little fling, she actually fell in love with him, but he actually ended up leaving her for her best friend.
Wait.
Mick and Stevie.
Wait, he ended up leaving her for her best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who was that?
I don't know.
Oh, shit. That's kind of shitty.
Oh, okay. I guess her name was Sarah, because you know the song Sarah from Tusk.
Yeah.
That's what that song is written about.
Good album.
Mm-hmm. That's literally that Tusk is great. Tusk is fantastic.
It is a good song, good album.
So, a lot of things that were also going on at this point. So, during the first album, it's kind of where Stevie Nicks was using cocaine, like, recreationally. At this point, her and Christine had little necklaces with, oh God. Let me see. Because I literally just pulled this article up while I was prepping for the podcast. Wink, wink. Wink, 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 wink. So I just looked up this one part that I'd read about, and it's on the web. It's a article called "How Cocaine Almost Ruined Stevie Nicks' Life." Mm-hmm. It's on Fair Out Magazine, UK.
Okay.
And so, like, as it got worse and worse and worse, so they would keep it on them. So I'm going to read the quote. Here it says, "The fascination with the drug continued, and during the recordings of Rumors, she and Christine McVie purchased ladylike Coke vials, of which McVie described as little beautiful Coke bottles, as they wore around their necks, which she said were encrusted with gold, turquoise, and diamonds."
What?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Is that, like, not, like, mind-boggling?
Yeah.
I don't know how people, like, didn't get... Maybe the 70s, nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, there's... Well...
Because you go walking around with that now, and it's like...
Oh, you fucked.
Yeah.
You fuckity fucked. So, during the release of Rumors, which was in February of 1977, it was... So, Reprise Records had retired. So, the album ended up being released on the parent label, Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Warner Brothers is a bitch and a half. Like, you can't post 5 seconds of a song on your, like, on a video, like, on a TikTok or whatever, without them fucking copywriting you.
Really?
Yeah. If it's not, like, a clip that's actually added in there.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. So I have to add, like, I don't own the copyrights to this or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, then they'll let you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So,
on the album, Christine wrote Don't Stop and Songbird, which those are based off her recent split with John. Lindsay wrote Go Your Own Way, Secondhand News, and Never Going Back Again.
When he split with
Stevie. Yep. So she retaliated with Dreams.
Ah! Yo, Dreams. I would want to listen to Dreams just now that I know this information to kind of like... Wait, can we pause a second?
No.
Oh.
Fine.
Yes.
I mean, we just listened to Dreams, iconic. And, you okay?
Yeah, I had a sneeze, but I was like, I'm trying not to sneeze.
Oh my god, she looked like she was in pain.
Anyways, yeah, we listened to
Dreams and Secondhand News.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of compare, like, what they're doing there.
Wild, right? So that album literally stayed #1 on the charts for 31 weeks. Let me see where it is on...
How many weeks?
Hey Siri.
Or in a year, because that is...
52. Okay, so I pulled up the list for most sold albums of all time.
Uh-huh.
So, let's see where they hold the spot. see, I'm sorry, I gotta count because it's not numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is 8. Number 8 on the most sold albums of all time.
That's crazy.
I know.
Ooh.
And fun fact, not so much fun. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just say it now. So Rumors actually ended up coming back on the top 200 charts on iTunes and on the radio.
That's why they kept playing Dreams, right? Like Dreams, remember that
it was
TikTok
the yep. That literally brought it back to the charts.
That's crazy.
The literally only song that Gen Z will probably ever know.
That's sad.
That's really sad. No, although
they need to get cultured.
I will say there are some parents that come into the shop with their kids, like younger kids, and one boy got Rumors, and I was like, "You're teaching them so well." Like I look at parents and be like, "Yo, you are a badass parent." It actually won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year in 1977.
Okay.
So during this whole thing, like, the amount of drug and alcohol abuse was absurd. Like, at one point, Stevie was quoted saying she should keep, like, a gram or two of it in her boot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, wherever she went. And I guess the McVies wouldn't... reportedly, they wouldn't speak to each other unless they had to ask, what key is the song in?
That seems very toxic.
Yeah. And so I guess at one point, I don't know if this was during or after, Christine ended up throwing a vodka bottle at John. Yeah. And things went sideways, like, fast. And you gotta think, they're still putting out this music, which means that the music is obviously more, like, emotional.
Yeah. And
they toured till August of 1978 on a world tour for this album.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was that big.
That's crazy how this album, such a top-selling, like, album, and they're just all not doing well.
Also, so they only sat and wrote one song together for the album. Everything else was their separate stuff.
What did they write? Do you know?
The Chain. What was that? Are you okay, friend?
I got goosebumps.
Oh my god. She just like jumped.
I'm sorry. The Chain has meaning.
That was literally the only song that they wrote together on the album.
Okay, we need to pause.
Why?
We need to pause.
No.
We're pausing.
No more.
Nope.
No more.
Pausing.
Come on, Kat.
It's like a second.
I was about to say, you're the one who wanted to get it recorded and done.
I just want to listen to the lyrics a second.
So I'm just gonna say, we just listened to The Chain, and she was getting all into it, like...
Yeah, I was getting really into it. It's a good song.
That is my favorite song to play on the bass guitar.
It's a good song.
Duh. So, as they were recording their next album, Lindsay was like, I want nothing more than to make an album that sounds nothing like Rumors. Like, because he didn't want to be remembered for just that.
Right.
That album.
Time out. Is this when Tusk came?
Can you, like, shut the fuck up and let me tell my story, please?
I was guessing, am I right? And I didn't even read your notes.
So if you hear the album in its entirety and listen to it, all the songs were literally different styles because they were all completely written and done by the different members.
That's a good point.
So, like, I want to say... Oh, God. Let me see. I know that I wrote in my notes... I think I did. Because I know Stevie wrote Sarah. She wrote Sister of the Moon. I know Christine wrote Angel, I think.
Do you know what's interesting? Like you said, they're all different styles. Because when you hear an album, what do people say about artists? They're like, oh, I like their older albums because they had the sound, and now their new stuff is different, right?
Yes.
But here, you're so used to one album collectively sounding similar. Not necessarily the same, but similar. And then this album was just like bam, 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 everywhere.
All over the place.
Yeah.
All over the place.
And it still did really well.
So sales-wise, give me a second. I'll be able to tell you.
For Rumors?
No, for Tusk.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're talking about Rumors.
Yeah.
So the band offered Warner Brothers, I don't even know what I wrote here, so a building for a new studio to make and record the album. And they then took some of their royalties and constructed their own studio, Studio D.
Oh, yeah.
And despite their custom studio, Warner Brothers still charged the band for the recording sessions, which climbed well above $1 million.
Why?
Passing Rumors significantly, which cost only a little less than $1 million in 1977.
What the fuck was up with that?
Warner Brothers are a bunch of little bitches. I mean, that's just my opinion, though. I'm gonna go ahead and sip my tea.
Well, I'll sip with you. Big yep.
So it took the album just about the same amount of time to record as Rumors did. And it actually ended up being a double album.
Mm-hmm.
So Buckingham convinced Fleetwood and the rest of the band to let him do some of the recording at his home studio. And Fleetwood didn't seem to have a problem with it. However, he made it clear that the rest of the band members would have to be, like, integrated in at some point. Like, it can't just be him solo working on this shit at his house.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this album, very bizarre. How all different songs, like going from Angel, going to Sister of the Moon, Tusk. Like, they're all different. All different. So it included 20 tracks in which it gave all 5 of the members, like, it just gave them, like, the stretch of creativity.
That's
so
cool.
They just went for it. And actually Peter Green ended up making a brief guitar cameo in Brown Eyes.
Really?
Yep. So the album ended up going double platinum, but it didn't reach nearly the success that the band was hoping for.
Okay.
October 10th, 1979, that's when they got their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
No way.
Yes way.
Good for them. Fuck
yeah. Yeah. So with that album, they did an 11-month tour. And they ended up actually in Germany sharing the bill with Bob Marley. Can you imagine going to that concert?
That's insane.
That would be fucking dope.
Dude.
So on that tour, they recorded their first live album, which they released at the end of 1980. I have that live album. I have both their live albums. They recently put the Dance live album that was recorded later on. They just put that on vinyl recently.
So 1980,
Mm-hmm.
they're still together.
Yes.
That's like, what, they're up to like 13 years now?
Yes.
Fleetwood Mac? Holy shit.
Yep.
Damn. Good for them. Well, some bands you just see them break up so quickly. Sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So in 1981, Stevie, Mick, and Lindsay all like branched out to put out their own solo albums. Lindsay put out Law and Order, Fleetwood put out The Visitor, and then of course the one that actually hit major success, Belladonna, Stevie Nicks' debut solo album.
Huh.
And I mean, that kind of like, that also caused tension because you see that literally she just skyrocketed above the rest of them. It's like, see you later, bitches. Yeah. She just rose up on a pedestal where she belongs.
Oh gosh.
So right after this, in 1982, they released the 13th studio album, Mirage, which the band returned to a more conventional approach instead of like it's a free-for-all.
Yeah.
And though the album was not like commercially successful, it was still double platinum certified. But like
it's still,
I know. Like, what can't they do?
That's crazy. And it's crazy to think that it's double platinum, and yet they're like, it wasn't as good as we thought it'd be.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's great.
So they actually only did a small 18-stop tour for this, including headlining the first U.S. festival. Yeah.
That's neat.
So between 83 and 86, the band went on a hiatus. And it was like as they were doing more solo stuff. And again, obviously, Stevie was having the most success. Actually, so I started reading Mick Fleetwood's first autobiography, and it mentions this in the beginning of it. I need to read the rest of it. I'm going to end up doing a re-record later on of this episode because there's just so much to do.
Yeah.
But like I have to go down a bunch of rabbit holes.
You should make it like an add-on. Just an add-on and go back through and like...
Yeah. Maybe like once we have a Patreon set up, just like one of the bonus episodes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. So, Mick had actually filed for bankruptcy.
Wow.
Yes. I want to say his extremely expensive house he lived in, he had to sell for only $2 million. Yeah. Or something like that. McVie also, John McVie was going into addiction-induced seizures. Yeah. This is also when Stevie Nicks checked herself into the Betty Ford Center for 30 days to help her with her cocaine addiction.
Oh my God, they were all just...
Which, it helped her get clean from the coke.
That's good.
But then they started her on Valium, and then she became addicted to Valium.
Oh, you're joking.
So... Literally, she had burned a dime-sized hole in her nose from all the coke she was doing. She almost went blind at one point because they partied for 48 hours. And her contacts, she left them in and they got, like, dissolved into her eye.
That's scary.
What was it? Also... at one point her doctor said, if you do, like, one more line, you're dead. Like, she could have died. And that was kind of the revelation where I'm going to go to rehab and I'm going to fix that. And I want to say it was like 10 years later she ended up getting cleaned of all of it.
Oh, good for her.
Yes.
Good. We need Stevie around.
We do. Just protect her. Just like Betty White, protect her at all costs.
Totally.
Buckingham... So Buckingham was in this like state of mind of... I'm not going to let Mirage be the band's, like, last efforts. Mm-hmm. And they wanted to put out something that would they wanted it to be at the level of Rumors almost.
Right.
This one is my favorite Fleetwood Mac album. Like, ever. Tango in the Night. Yep. That is my favorite.
What makes it your favorite?
All of it. I just love all the songs. Tango in the Night is absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah, Big Love. I love that song.
Big Love.
Little Lies.
Mystified, Family Man. I love all those songs.
I think my favorite song off this album is probably Big Love though.
Yeah, that's one of mine. So they recorded it in 1987. It was the band's 14th studio album. 14th.
14th studio album?
Yes.
Hold up. I need to know all these albums.
You good?
Yeah. I'm
so,
just looking about.
The album included the hits Little Lies, Everywhere, Big Love, and Seven Wonders. With the upcoming 10-week tour that was coming, Buckingham actually drew himself out last minute, quoting his creativity was being stifled. So, on August 7, 1987, the band met at Christine's house, and it got so bad that there were physical altercations to have been said between Buckingham and Nicks.
Oh, shit.
Like, it was like screaming match, death match. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And Buckingham, like, you know what? The next day he was like, I'm out. Deuces.
Yeah.
Have fun. And so Buckingham just up and left. And the band was tasked to find another guitar player and singer, so they added Billy Burnett and Ricky Voto on guitars. Mm-hmm. Again, without auditioning them. Again, that's a theme here.
Yeah, I've noticed.
And so they went on the Shake the Cage tour with a new lineup, and it was successful enough to produce the concert video Tango in the Night, which was recorded in San Francisco's Cow Palace in December. So after the success of Tango, they released the Greatest Hits album in 1988, which included two previously unreleased tracks, No Questions Asked and As Long as You Follow. Both were released as singles, but they failed to reach top spots on the music charts. They dedicated the album to Buckingham, who had reconciled with the band during this time. In 1990, they released their 15th studio album, which actually just got pressed on vinyl for the first time, Behind the Mask. It was produced by Greg Landany. I'm going to go ahead and guess that. He wanted them to go with a more different style and end up being more like adult contemporary sound. So, like, not them.
Okay. Wait, 2003?
No, this was 1990.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. So, it didn't yield very much success. It had one top 40 hit, and it only hit gold status.
Oh, wow.
Rolling Stone actually was quoted to say that Vito and Burnett were the greatest things to ever happen to Fleetwood Mac. Why? I don't know.
What?
Yep, I want to go back and find that article. I don't think I was able to in the little bit I looked. So they actually ended up selling out shows at the Wembley Arena in London. And the final show of that tour in LA, Buckingham reunited with the band on stage. But during this tour, both Stevie and Christine were like, you know what, this is going to be our last tour. And her dad actually had died while she was on tour.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so there was just a lot going on. But they said they'd still record with Fleetwood Mac. However, Nix and, what was his name? Vito. Something Vito. So in 1991, Stevie as well as Vito parted from the band. They just left altogether. Yes. In 1992, they arranged a box set for the 25 years called The Chain, which included a song that's called Silver Springs that was left off of Rumors but was a B-side to Go Your Own Way. Mm-hmm. And Nix had actually asked Fleetwood if she could use the song for her Time Space Best Of album. And he said no. And that was her song. Yes. Alright, so here comes the tea.
Oh,
pouring the tea.
Oh,
I grabbed a sip of my tea, but it's all just melted ice at this point.
Pour it in mine.
That was thought to be the reason that Stevie left the band.
Because of the song?
Yes.
What's wrong?
Okay, so I am currently in a life crisis, and I did not realize my notes on my computer stopped right there, because the rest of it's written in my notebook.
Dang, I was getting excited. I
know, me fucking too. So we're gonna have to do a part 3 because I am dumb. I've got so much going on, bro.
It's all good, man.
I still haven't done any of my history homework for this week.
Ah, shit. When does it due?
Sunday.
Ah, shit.
But.
You'll be okay.
I started working on my thesis paper.
Fuck yeah.
Early. Crazy, right? Wild concept. So that was where we're gonna hold off on part 2. What I'm gonna do is in the next week I'm actually gonna look up a bunch of more like interesting facts about Fleetwood Mac, kind of add on to it. You
should look for that Rolling Stones article.
I will look at, and I'm gonna watch that. What is it? Behind the Music Rumors, or it's either Behind the Music or like classic albums. Mm-hmm. But they have an hour special which is on Rumors, and I really want to watch that. And maybe I'll have Mixed Book read by then. Who knows? I mean, it's a thought. But yeah, no. So eventually I'll get my shit together. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be ever again. I never had my shit together. So thank you for joining us once again. Music History on a High Note. My name is
guys.
Erica.
My name's Kat.
Thrin.
Talina.
No. So follow us on Instagram, ericas.vinyl, cat_UT.
Yeah, you got it.
Music History on a High Note podcast on Instagram, Facebook. I mean, just go look up all the shit. If actually I post, I have a TikTok for some reason. It's erica.vinyl. I just post all my vinyls spinning. I actually haven't updated the Instagram or the Facebook in a hot minute, and I'm actually going to be putting together a Patreon in probably the next month, hopefully. If that's something that people would be down for, like I would post the notes I take, which are fucking hilarious. Because remember, my notes are fucking out there.
I was just thinking, I was like, maybe we should post something online, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, both, where we get people's opinions of things they want to hear.
I've tried that. I only got a couple things.
Okay.
I definitely think we'll be able to get more response once we have a broader audience.
Yeah.
Which, share with your friends, share with your coworkers, share with your regulars, share with a hobo.
Share with the hobo's friend.
Maybe they have friends.
Of course hobos have friends. Everyone should have friends. Hey.
Should Ted Bundy have had friends?
Probably not.
Okay, so not everybody.
Okay, mostly everybody.
Friends.
Anyways, guys, thanks for listening so much this week.
Sorry.
Erica's over here just, trying to make it through.
So thank you once again for staying patient with us. It took me a week to put out the first part of Fleetwood Mac. I was finishing my jazz class, which I ended up using the podcast on Bessie Smith for. I emailed her because it was for a final project. We had to do something creative. And I actually ended up having to do a PowerPoint, too, on somebody. And I'm like, I already did the research for this. That's fan-fucking-tastic. I got 100 on the PowerPoint. I emailed my teacher. I was like, hey, so for the final project, I recorded a podcast on one of the people. Can I submit it? Ooh, only problem is there's some moderate explicit language. She's like, can you edit it out? And I'm like, I can try.
Does that mean you had to edit out, talk about other stuff?
Well, I literally spent 3 hours adding bleeps and adding, sentences that just included nothing but fuck and shit in every other sentence.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Because I have a potty mouth. But, butts and coconuts. I got me 100 on that project.
Hey!
I know! And then I got a 96.4 in the class.
Right on, man.
I know, that's the highest grade I've ever gotten in college.
That's freaking awesome. In music? Wait, is it music?
Jazz history.
Jazz history? Hell yeah. That's awesome. That must have been, I'm proud of you, buddy.
Thank you. That was so dope. So,
I feel like we're also doing better in this podcast. I feel like we're progressing. I think we're progressing. I think slowly but surely we're going to get better at this. I think we're working on our potty mouths.
No, you may be. I'm not. I swear to God, every time I tell somebody at the bar about this podcast, I'm like, now, keep in mind, I don't sound intelligent during these podcasts. Which, to all of you people that have come here because of meeting me at the bar, hey-yo.
You don't know me, but hi-yo.
So this has been Fleetwood Mac Part 2. I am Erica.
I'm Kat.
Thrin.
Talina.
And we will...
Make sure to tune in for Part 3 of Fleetwood Mac.
That my dumbass has to... It's been a long couple weeks, okay.
Oh, gosh. We love you.
Love you guys. Bye, 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 bye. Fuck you.